Okay, hello fellow chicken owners. This video is meant to show you how I winterized my chicken coop. I live in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, so a suburb of Minneapolis, and I have 2 chickens, and I spend a lot of time trying to read about extreme cold weather and how cold it can get for chickens to survive, and I didn't find a lot of great answers. I found a lot of people more panicked than anything. And today is February 3rd, 2019, and we just came off of 4 days of extreme cold temperatures, of which 2 of the days got down to between -25 and -30 Fahrenheit. And my chickens did just fine. So I wanted to kind of show you that, 1, they're still alive, and 2, what I did to kind of prepare for the winter. So this is my chicken coop. It was bought online. It was a kit. There's nothing special about it. It's actually kind of cheap. The wood's kind of cheap. But we did make some modifications. So obviously you can see the plastic sheeting on it. I put that all the way around. And then because the chicken coop's so small, I think it would be way too small for chickens to ever live, completely in it. So we did build an extra run and we just cut out the back part, and then the chickens can go out in the run, and they spend the majority of their time, winter and summer, in their run during the day. I did put a couple hay bales right in the northwest corner of the chicken coop, just to kind of aid in some more wind protection. I don't actually know how much it really helps. I did have more of them there last year, but this year I just didn't. The plastic sheeting, I think it's 8mm plastic sheeting. It's the thickest that I could find, and I just stapled it on to the run. Late October, I start to do that when it kind of starts to rain and get chilly at night. I don't staple it all the way down on the sides until kind of mid-November. That way they can still get some more airflow and things like that. But I do put plastic sheeting all the way around, with the exception of the door. And then on this side, which is the south side, I did put a plexiglass kind of window, and I just tape it around to the plastic. And then inside of there's a wooden perch, and then there's a black rubber tub. It's really foggy right now because it's really kind of damp today, so it kind of fogged up. But it's a black rubber feeding tub, and then it's filled with sand, so technically it's their dirt bath. Underneath the plastic tub is a heating pad, like a pet heating pad. I honestly don't know how much that really warms up the rubber or the sand, but they do spend most of their time sitting on it in the winter. So that tells me it probably does something, but of course they're also, on kind of the sunny side here too. The run is the bottom of it is sand. I dug out the dirt and I put sand down last summer. And so they do scratch around it a lot and do their typical chicken thing. I clean off the snow on the top of the run anytime we get a lot of snow, just to kind of cut down on the weight as well. Then if we look inside, this is Florentine and Piccata scratching around here today. Inside, I decided to go with a heated chicken or dog watering bowl, and that's worked out great. The heated chicken water seemed really complicated to try to get into this small of a space, so I just went with the heated bowl, which they need some more water here, but that's been fantastic. I had no problems even when it was -25 of it freezing up. And then on this side, very small, I have a feeder. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Last year, actually, the little paddle thing that they step on there, the green thing, froze, and I didn't notice right away that they actually couldn't get their head in where their food was. So that wasn't very good. But it does kind of prevent them from throwing their food on the ground, which I like. And it allows for my neighbors to check the chickens when we're gone for longer weekends, because they don't have to fill it back up. For the coop, I don't come out every morning and open it up and close it. I made just a little fabric screen, if you will, curtain, and I attached it inside, and that's all there is for the entry into where they sleep at night. And but with the plastic sheeting, obviously there's no drafts or wind or anything like that that comes in there. Okay, girls. Close that back up. Then inside of their coop, I did hang the radiant heat lamp, or heating panel, I guess I should say. That, you know, I read about online a lot. On the low setting, it keeps the inside of their coop here about 10 degrees warmer. On the high setting, it keeps it 20 degrees warmer. And I know that because I have a little thermometer here that radios it, the temperature, to my house so I can see what their coop is. And then obviously you can see I attached it with Velcro, the curtain. Then I had to kind of staple it in because Velcro doesn't work so well in the winter. And then we'll open up their nesting boxes next. I don't turn on their heating flat panel radiant heater unless it's going to get below 20. I really let them acclimate to the winter up until then. And then when it's going to get down below 10, then I've turned on the higher temperature setting. This is their nesting box. I let them sleep in their nesting box. They kind of cuddle together, I think, and it keeps them warm, which also means that I have to clean the poop out every day, which I haven't done yet. But they don't sleep really on their perches very much. I do come out here sometimes in the morning and check on them when it's been really cold, and I do find them on their perches sitting right in front of their heater. So that radiant heater does do something for them that they like, but they spend no time in here during the day other than if they're going to lay an egg. Once they come out for the day, they're out in their run all day long, no matter how cold it is. So they don't come back in here for heat. I did put a little plastic there up at the top there, only because if there's water on the top of this thing, it can kind of run in, and I just didn't like that. So anyway, that is my chicken coop setup for really cold weather. My chickens last year molted in January here in Minnesota, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous, but I don't know, they did their chicken thing and didn't die. This year they molted starting in October, and Florentine just started laying again about 2 weeks ago. Piccata hasn't started laying again quite yet, but I think she's probably pretty close. So chickens know best when it comes to Mother Nature, I guess. Like I said, they didn't, when it was really cold, I came out here and checked on them about 3 times a day. They didn't seem to act any different than they ever did. And they're good winter hardy chickens. And I would never consider pulling them into my garage or anything like that now that they're acclimated. So I hope that this video helps some people. I know for me, the biggest thing was just worry, but I've been proven that my worry is only my own, as the chickens seemed very non-affected in any of the weather that's been given to them here the last 2 winters. All right, well, happy chicken ownership. Thanks for watching.